Good day. I am Mr. Fredjan Hiponia from Antique, Philippines. My educational philosophy is that I believe all students are capable of learning. I think it is important first to establish a mutual, respectful, honest rapport with students, a relationship in which communication is of the highest priority. Through this relationship, a fair, democratic environment based on trust and caring can be established in the classroom, making it possible to interact confidently and safely in an academic setting. Moreover, students all do not learn at the same rate, but with different methods and strategies, it is possible. For me, students should not be thought of as mindless individual, just waiting to be filled with knowledge by their teachers. Quite the opposite. Students should be viewed as individuals who can contribute to the classroom, sharing and gaining knowledge from each other. Students need guidance and not just lecture only. And education is not solely academic. I believe the teacher must also educate his or her students mentally by teaching them the skills needed to solve problems, and socially by teaching them the skills needed to communicate and work productively with others. Lastly, developing hot questions for the students to develop their critical thinking skills, which could help them to prepare for the fast changing society. The component of a good lesson plan for me are first, the teacher must gather the materials needed for the lesson. Because I believe that having your resources lined up ahead of time saves valuable class time and gives you a great peace of mind. When your materials are in place, you can devote all your energy to teaching the lesson. Second is the teacher must know well the objective of the lesson or the objectives of the lesson. The objective should be the ongoing focus of your lesson. Maximize your effort to create successful learning outcomes with SMART objectives, of course. SMART stands for specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time bounded. The objective must be announced clearly in the beginning of the lesson and posted highly visible location in the classroom. Third, the teacher must know the background knowledge of the students. Set the stage by tapping into your students' background, knowledge, previous life experiences, prior learning, or both to prepare them for the new concept you're about to introduce. The point is to make connections between what your students already know and what you're going to teach them. The fourth one is the direct instruction. Actually, this is the meat of your lesson plan. It's where you present the new concept that is included in the lesson objectives. Prepare your students for success by pre-teaching key vocabulary words that are essential to understanding the concept or text you will introduce to them. Modeling is a critical part of direct instruction. When students watch and listen to you and apply the concept, they are much better to understand what you're trying to teach them. It is important to model multiple examples of the concept you are introducing. The fifth is students practice. Student practice consists of three steps: guided practice, collaborative practice, and independent practice. For me, guided practice, in this activity, students are given activity that teachers are guided them to collect or to guide them. That's the point, to guide them. Collaborative practice is letting students to work with their classmates and encouraging them to brainstorm and helping one another to come up with the best output. The third one is the independent practice. For me, once students have had the opportunity to apply and practice the concept with their classmates through collaborative activities, it is time for them to apply and practice the concept on their own. The sixth is the closure. This is where you wrap it up It's the summary. It's a quick synopsis of the lesson. In this part, the teacher try to ask students to pair, share, or to share out something they learned that period, or to provide an example of the concept thought. And lastly, the demonstration of learning, or the DOL, which is the assessment, or the assessment evaluates whether or not your students met your lesson objectives. It aims to provide you with valuable feedback which should drive your instruction. Make sure the DOL accurately reflects the learning objectives and allows your students to apply what they learned during the lesson. In my second year of teaching, I was assigned to the last section of the graduating class. My students were mixed with different personalities. Some are repeaters for how many times, some were just same as my age or older than me. Some were problems in the society. To make it shorter, these students are problem students. Every year, the percentage of promotion for this section is less than 50%. But when I handle the section as their section advisor, 90% graduated. I think it's because of my patience and love to them. First, I try to understand their individual differences. I started from the very beginning by researching for their personal background and assess them individually, showing my dedication to help them in whatever problem they are facing. Winning their trust and confidence made things easy for them to believe for what I believe them to achieve. And luckily, they graduated from high school, and as of now, mostly of them succeeded until college. Today, mostly are professionals and have a family of their own, living comfortably and happy with their lives.